Hello, 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 my little maniacs. This is your host, the Maniacs Gaming. Come back at you with another video. In today's video, we're going to be previewing the Buccaneers Saints game today. Let's get it. So, obviously the Buccaneers are going to be playing the Saints today, but the game will be played at 4 o'clock Eastern Time in New Orleans. And that's all you need to know about that. Last week review. The Bucs lost to the Lions 24-9 in a game which the offense was non-existent, and the defense kept making plays for the offense to get back into it, and the offense just couldn't capitalize. That the story of the game. Reaction video to that coming out soon. Trust. Anyway, Saints lost to Da Bears 26-24. Might be a wrong stat line, but I don't know. Let me check on that real quick while I'm thinking of this. In the game where the Saints offense honestly played really well. No, that's actually 14. I know that now. So typo on my end. My bad. Game where their offense looked pretty decent. Their defense looks kind of yikes. I didn't really watch a whole lot of the game, obviously, but like, yeah, what this, yeah, so not great. And then injuries for the Buccaneers. Godwin is out. Haggard is out. Bucky is out. Reddick is out. And then my Lord and Savior, Mike Evans, is on IR. Expected to miss probably 8 weeks. Damn. Anyway, for the Saints, they're going to this game relatively healthy, all things considered. Eric McCoy's on IR, though. Kendry Miller's on IR. Both are vital points of the offense. Bub Means, who destroyed us last year, is on IR. Trey Palmer, who they acquired off of waivers from us, is on IR. So they're got a lot of people on IR, but going into the game, they're relatively healthy. They didn't have to rule anybody out. So we'll see if that changes, but I don't think it will change. Anyway, overview of the offense. Buccaneers offense. Where were you? Run game. Where were you? Receivers outside of Emeka. Where were you? And Tez Johnson. Tez, you get a pass. Tez had a great touchdown catch, so I'm not going to not say that. But anyway. But I genuinely don't know what the hell the offense was last week. I don't know. Like, God, the offense looked terrible. We weren't running the ball part of the game. We weren't doing play action. We were trying to force the ball downfield when we didn't need to in certain situations. It was an awful game. Baker was missing throws. He looked awful. Like he was throwing the balls too high, too low. There's a play where Cade Otton had to like dive for the football. It was a rough game for the offense as a whole. Rashad was not very effective. Sean Tucker only got like one carry the entire game. Baker had to throw it like 50 times. It was a rough game all around. I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know. As for the Saints, their offense low key's been kind of consistent most of the year. They've been in certain games, they've been out of certain games, but they play their opponents tough, so I'm not going to rule them out. Their run game, though, their run game with Alvin has not been very effective. They were really running the ball more effectively with Miller, but they're going to be facing Bucs defense that's decent against the run. We got torched last week by Jahmyr Gibbs, but hopefully it doesn't happen with Alvin Kamara. And the wide receivers have been having a quiet but solid year, especially Olave. As for defenses, Buccaneers, the DBs played pretty well last week, all things considered. Linebackers played pretty well. Pass rush did all right last week, but Noah's on right. This game's going to really hurt. As for the Saints, honestly, I don't really know how their defense has been going, but I know their D-line's been getting some pressure. Their DBs have been making some not so great plays some part of the year, and their linebackers have been kind of hit or miss. It's just, which I don't blame the Saints. They're 1-6, man. They're trying just to get a win, man. And I feel bad. I feel a little bad for them. Not that bad, but I feel a little bad. But their defense has been one of the reasons they've been in some games. They've been the reason they've lost some games. It is what it is. Question marks. Buccaneers. O-line and run game, receivers, pass rush. This is never going to change. We lost Hassan Reddick. We lost Mike. O-line's been kind of mid on the right side to just ass. And the run game, we just decided to abandon it last week completely. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what we were doing, but those are the question marks because honestly, I don't know if any of these are going to be improved this game. Genuinely. As for the Saints, DBs, I want to see how they're going to contain Emeka, how they're going to help with Cade Otton. I want to see how the Saints' run game is going to do against this Bucs D-line that's been pretty good against the run. Obviously, Noah's on Reddick to help on the edge, but so we're going to see who steps up there. And I want to see how their passing offense does against this Bucs blitz-happy defense. I think that's going to be a big question mark. because obviously we saw it last year with the Bucs blitz heavy defense that Rattler was struggling a little bit, but we'll have to see how he's going to do this game after another year under his belt. Keys for the game for the Buccaneers: feed Emeka, feed Rashad, keep time possession. You want to feed your number one wide receiver. Emeka is number one right now. You want to feed Rashad. You want to keep time, get him the ball going, get him in space, screen passes, whatever you got to do to get Rashad in space and let him just take control. You want to keep time possession, keep the Saints offense off the field. As for the Saints, you want to contain the Bucs run game. You want to use Olave and Kamara to get down the field, and you want to pressure Baker. We've seen it time and time again where if Baker gets rattled early, it's hard for him to shake it sometimes. So if you can pressure Baker, you're going to be golden sometimes. Anyway, players to watch for this game for the Buccaneers: it's going to be K-Dot, it's going to be Rashad White, and it's going to be Emeka. Honestly, these are going to be the most three important weapons. They are the main three weapons on offense outside of Baker. Baker's going to need Cade for the security blanket. Going to need Rashad to be able to get the run game going and get some screens going. And he's going to need Emeka to step up and be that wide receiver one he's shown he can be in certain games. As for the Saints, Olave is going to be a big one to watch. Rattler's going to be a big one to watch. And Alvin Kamara is going to be a big one to watch. I want to see how Rattler does against this Bucs defense that is a blitz happy. I want to see how Alvin can do against this D-line that's been pretty good against the run. And I want to see how Olave does against this secondary when he's going to have Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, Morrison, Parrish on him. I want to see how he does and which matchups he's going to be in, how they're going to move him around the field to try to get him a favorable matchup. I just want to see, in general, both O-lines versus the opposing D-line. Both O-lines have been kind of They're both are dealing with injury, and opposing D-lines are going to try to make a game. And I want to see how both sides are going to try to get their wide receivers open against the opposing DBs, as well as how the opposing DBs are going to be trying to cover the wide receivers. Anyway, so my content for today, it's relatively simple today. There's nothing too crazy for me today. I got a couple videos coming out today, hopefully. This is the second or third one you're seeing. Maybe first. I don't know what order they're going to come out in quite yet. But I will be streaming Bucs versus Saints today around 4 o'clock Eastern time. And then after that, we will potentially be doing Sunday Night Football with Stupid Sports. I have not heard if we're going to be doing that tonight or not. But I do know it is Packers Steelers, so that should be a decent game, if for nothing else than just a Rodgers revenge game. So we'll have to see what's happening there. I have not heard from them yet, and I haven't really talked to them either myself. So we'll have to see what happens there. But anyway, guys, that is gonna do it for me today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that noti bell. On the road to 2,000 subscribers, trying to hit that by the end of the year, trying to hit 1,700 before the end of next month. Let's get it, fam, and as always, I will see all you guys later. Stay crazy, fam.